If you're a man in your later years and you masturbate, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought about whether this habit remains truly healthy after turning 50 or 60? Or maybe you've secretly wondered if you could be causing some kind of unseen harm to your body or your mind. If that's the case, you are definitely not alone. This subject is clouded by confusion, outdated ideas, and a lack of trustworthy, straightforward information, especially for men who are growing older. And when you look at the research, it's easy to see why there's such uncertainty. Studies indicate that while most men past 60 continue to engage in self-pleasure, many do it privately, unaware of the actual and potentially dangerous effects on their hormones, their prostate, their emotional health, and even their performance with a partner. Today, it's time for a frank, science-backed warning. I'm going to guide you through the hidden risks of masturbation later in life. These are the 10 main dangers that can quietly damage your well-being as you grow older. Dangers that too many men ignore until it becomes serious. If you want to protect your health, your relationships, and your freedom as you get older, please pay close attention. 1. Social isolation. A major risk of frequent masturbation in later years is becoming socially withdrawn. When self-pleasure takes the place of real human relationships, it doesn't just meet physical needs. It slowly separates you from friends, family, and even romantic partners. Over time, this can lead to a cycle of loneliness and disconnection that may harm your emotional health and your sense of meaning. You might convince yourself it's not a problem, but the reality is trading connection for solo habits can slowly eat away at your happiness and take away meaningful relationships. If you notice yourself withdrawing from those you care about, or saying no to chances to socialize, this could be a silent warning sign. Let me share a real example from my work. John, who was 67, came to me feeling more lonely and down, especially after losing his wife. He admitted he'd started relying on masturbation every evening to comfort himself. But instead of improving, he became more withdrawn, staying away from friends, skipping family gatherings, and falling further into isolation. When we addressed his habit and he started investing time in social connections and support groups, his mood started to improve. He felt more energized. This is a classic demonstration of how solitary routines can lead to real emotional pain. If you think it's time to protect your mind and relationships, type care in the comments right now. Let's make mental well-being our #1 goal as we age. 2. Skin damage and infection. Masturbation, especially as we get older, brings a genuine risk of skin microlesions, tiny tears that happen when you're too rough or don't use enough lubrication, for men in their later years whose skin is already thinner and more delicate. These microlesions can become entry points for irritation, lasting inflammation, and even infection. Repeated trauma to fragile skin is a hidden threat. It can lead to ongoing discomfort, scarring, or more serious health problems, far outweighing any supposed short-term comfort. 3. Numbness and desensitization. Frequent masturbation, especially using the same technique and the same amount of pressure, can soon cause desensitization. With time, your nerve endings and brain circuits adjust to these artificial patterns of stimulation, making it harder to feel pleasure or even reach arousal in real-life moments, particularly with a partner. This isn't just an idea. Many older men mention declining sensitivity, weaker erections, and difficulty connecting during intimacy. What starts as a private routine can become a significant barrier to real satisfaction later in life. 4. Hidden erectile dysfunction. Regular masturbation can cover up the root causes of erectile dysfunction. You might notice you're able to get an erection alone, but find it difficult during genuine intimacy. This dangerous cycle often means major health problems like heart disease, diabetes, or hormonal imbalance are ignored and not treated, putting your overall health at even more risk. If you see this pattern, don't brush it off. Overlooking these signals can result in lasting, irreversible issues. Type 1 in the comments below to let me know you're with us. And, just as important, press the like button so this message reaches more men who should see it. 5. Nerve compression and chronic pain. Masturbating in awkward positions, such as sitting on a hard seat, hunched over, or lying in an uncomfortable way, compresses sensitive nerves in the pelvis, especially the pudendal nerve. After a while, this routine can lead to numbness, genital pain, or constant pelvic discomfort that just doesn't go away. As we age, our bodies heal more slowly. So what seems like a minor ache now can turn into ongoing misery. 6. Emotional dependency and escapism. For plenty of older men, masturbation can become an unhealthy escape from stress, boredom, or frustration. Rather than confronting emotional challenges directly, or seeking real answers, it turns into a coping tool that only deepens emotional dependency. This kind of avoidance is risky. It blocks true healing and growth, and can even cause or worsen anxiety and depression over time. 7. Guilt, shame, and mental health. Decline. Setting aside cultural or religious views, the habit of secretive, compulsive masturbation can leave older men struggling with guilt, shame, and even self-hatred. These negative feelings build up over time. They raise the risk of depression, isolation, and lower self-worth. You may start to feel undeserving, anxious, or cut off from those closest to you. And that's a cost no one should have to pay. 8. Pelvic congestion and chronic discomfort. Too much ejaculation, especially multiple times in a single day, can lead to pelvic congestion. A feeling of heaviness, aching, or even ongoing pain in the testicles and lower belly. For older men, this discomfort is more frequent. It can become a daily problem, hurting your quality of life, and even your ability to move or exercise freely. 9. Reduced semen. Quality and reproductive health. If you're still thinking about fatherhood, or just want to protect your reproductive health, consider this. Frequent masturbation lowers semen count and quality. This effect is even more noticeable in older men, where every detail matters. The temporary drop in fertility is rarely mentioned, but the risk is real, and it builds up over time. 10. Disconnection from reality. The porn trap. Nowadays, masturbation for a lot of older men is often linked to extreme or unrealistic pornography. Over time, this dependence can distort your expectations, hurt your ability to connect emotionally, and take away the joys of real intimacy. The more you turn to artificial stimulation, the harder it is to find real-life satisfaction, leaving you chasing a fantasy that only leads to more disappointment. The brutal truth. As you can see, masturbation after 60 isn't the harmless habit it's claimed to be. For many older men, it brings hidden risks, social, emotional, physical, and mental. That can slowly weaken your health, your happiness, and your relationships. The science is clear. Instead of protecting your prostate, improving your hormones, or keeping you young, regular masturbation is far more likely to harm your body and drain your vitality as you get older. If you honestly care about your health and freedom, this is the moment to take action. Break the habit. Put your energy into real relationships, healthy routines, and honest self-care. Your future self will appreciate it. If you found this video useful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip that could save your life. Which risk surprised you the most? Share your story or any questions below. Your comments inspire us to keep making these important health videos. Please send this to anyone you care about.